So the way I see it in my head is like you were building this powerful thing, like this amazing, beautiful structure, right? And like you took a break for so long that cobwebs started to form. It was dust up in there, like the weeds were starting to grow, and because you stepped away for so long, like some squatters came in. Like it was just not an environment that was safe anymore, safe to create in. And the way that I look at it is like you gotta sweep all that dust out, pull those weeds out so that you can get back to a place of creating again, a place of building your vision brick by brick. I don't care about building my own table. I'm cultivating and constructing a universe. I could care less about building a four-seater table that looks nice to somebody else. Like my table is like a spiral, and it has colors, and it's not made of wood, it's not made of any materials that you can get locally sourced. Like it's marble, it's all the things, because why not? Why can't it be? Like why do things have to be in one way? Why does it have to be like because someone told me I can't do it, I can't do it? And it's like, well, I don't choose to see things that way. And you shouldn't choose to see things that way either, because none of that is true. None of it is truth. And I think that when we tap into the power of who we are as creatives, as people who are sent here to change the world, as people who were sent here to bring more love, more peace, more joy, more actionable change, I think when we tap into that frequency, we are unstoppable. And when we do it together, when two or more are gathered together, something great happens. And even when you are just by yourself and you are cultivating a space of growth, a space of change, going somewhere, like seeing your vision through, I think when you do that on your own is powerful as well. But imagine if I'm not just trying to build my own universe, but other people are too. Like, I don't want to just fit my table into somebody else's house that's already built. I have no desire to do that. My desire lies within constructing my own universe with my own planets in it, my own stars in the sky, so to speak. I have no desire to play by anybody else's rules that they've set because they felt like, oh, these are rules that might make sense for somebody else, or, we don't want to think too highly or think too big because, oh, we might get disappointed and it might not happen. Like, screw that. I'm not doing that. I'm not living my life that way because it's so short. I went through a lot of things when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, when I was a young adult. To be honest, my whole entire life since the moment I was born, I came too early, right? Or did I? I was right on time, right? That's how we'll reframe that right there. But, you know, medically speaking, I came too early. And so, what does that come with? A whole bunch of things just going wrong from the second you come out of the womb. But I refuse to adopt the narrative that you have to do things by somebody else's playbook, by their rules, by their whatever, just because it's been done that way forever. Like, that is why over time we progress and we become a new civilization, and old things have to die away to make room for the new things, because usually the new things are better in some sense. They just are. Fresh energy is powerful. And this is why I encourage people to start building your own infrastructure for how you want your life to be. I refuse to play small. And I think everybody should refuse to play small, because playing small gets you small outcomes. And there's some people who are meant to live safe lives, and there's some people who are meant to change the world, and I'll leave it at that. Everybody isn't meant to change the world. So this message might go over a lot of people's heads, but you're meant to change your world, and that makes a difference. You cultivating a space that is loud enough to say what you need to say is so powerful. You know, there's this thing that people like to do. People like to put people in boxes. People like to humble people. People like to talk people down off of seeing a bigger, grander version for them, for their lives, because they can't see one for theirs. People like to put people in a box so small that it makes it easier for them to be able to define you as something, to categorize you as something. We see this all the time when it's a singer who is venturing into acting. Same adjacent entertainment universe. Like sisters. They're venturing into doing something that they haven't been doing in their career, or a basketball player who is speaking out, or act like is active with their activism, like, and then they get told to shut up and dribble, as if they're this one layered person and they don't have a conscious mind, conscious heart, or they don't want to evoke any change other than the court. Like, what kind of small minded activity is that? It's crazy to me. And my vision that God placed on my heart is, I always thought I was just a singer and a writer at the most. And then as I ventured into my young adult life, God was like, "No, I'm going to show you a little bit more. You are a business owner." Then God was like, "I'm going to show you a little bit more. You're an author. I'm going to show you a little bit more. You are meant to create your own entertainment studio." And then I'm going to show you a little bit more. You are meant to be a mogul. I'm going to show you a little bit more. You are meant to change things completely, how they are seen for people in the entertainment industry. You're meant to raise the vibration. Then it was like, "I'm going to show you a little bit more. You don't have to choose between being a singer, an author, a speaker, a business owner, and a restaurateur. You don't have to choose. You can do it all, because that was what you were meant to do. This is why I sent you here." And then I said, "Oh, that's a bit much, don't you think? Placing a limit on myself, because I couldn't clearly see the vision. I couldn't clearly see it in a way that was comfortable for me. So I started second guessing. Can I really do all of that? I don't think I could do all of that at once. Like, that's a lot." Started placing my own limitations over the vision that I've had since I was a kid. I've been an entrepreneur since I was a kid. I've been a singer since I was a kid. I've been a writer, an artist. Like, I've always been doing these things. It's nothing new. We're just getting to a place now where I'm sharing it with the world, and so to a degree there's this thing of, "Oh, we need external validation so that people come to the shows, people buy the music, people buy the merch, people consume the art, whatever. I'm gonna put it out if they don't, because I love it." And that is what it is. Like, I'm gonna put it out because I love what I do, but that's not all there is to the vision. And I just encourage people to move in the fullness of their genius. Like, that's my calling. Is I'm moving in mine, move in yours too. There is no reason for anyone to be jealous of what somebody else has when you can create your own. There's no reason. No reason. You may feel like you're steps behind because you started later, or you started at a time when the algorithm was less favorable or whatever, but there's still no reason for anybody to be jealous of somebody else's success when you can cultivate your own. They make us think that there's not enough room at the top. The top doesn't even exist. How it's not going to be enough room and the ceiling isn't even real? How does that make sense? Like, how is there not enough to share and the limit doesn't exist? There is no limit to what is possible. How is there not enough? It's like the tap. You can fill up a cup. When you turn it on, you don't turn it on expecting there not to be water unless you didn't pay the bill or you can't pay the bill. You expect there to be water when you turn the tap on every single time. Filter water, whatever water. But when you turn it on, you expect water to flow out every single time. And it's the same thing with our dreams, our goals, our aspirations. Like, there's no limit to what you can do at all. And I think that's where we get confused as a society is we try to humble ourselves so much because we think that's doing God's work, and God is like, you're not glorifying me by humbling yourself. If anything, you're telling people what not to do. Controversial, sure, whatever, I don't care. But I know what I get told every day when I meditate and I pray. I know the visions and the work that I'm whispered to, the soft signs and messages that I get, I know exactly what they are because I'm tapped in, but I choose to be. It's a conscious effort. Whew. And I don't even know half the stuff I just said because I blacked out. I really blacked completely out. But I know that I love what I do. I have so much footage for my documentary, for my docu-series, for my content, which I do need to post today still. But I have so much footage that I'm like, I'm not gonna say I'm drowning in it, but I'm like, this is good. This is not a bad thing. It's a wonderful problem to have. But it's like, there's so much goodness in what I've created this past month. Like, I have hundreds of clips and I have over 20 hours of behind the scenes footage, which is powerful because when I started this journey, I had bare minimum a couple hours, or if I had more than a couple hours, it wasn't anything that I felt was worthy of using. Because I mean, you can have background or behind the scenes footage and it just be like, okay, like you're moving stuff around. And that's good to see like how things are built, but when you want to show like a full story of I was here and now I'm here and this is how I got past the gap. Like, when you want to do stuff like that, it's like you have to be able to tell the whole story, and like taking a camera on the journey consciously, like me actually remembering to bring an extra camera with me to film these moments or to ask someone to help me film them is a big part of it, because I didn't really have like that vlogger brain piece before. So I wasn't really like tapped into, oh, I need to make sure that I'm filming this. I need to make sure that I get this conversation on camera, or this behind the scenes thing on camera, or this show needs to be filmed from multiple perspectives, multiple angles. Like, all of that stuff is important for seeing how an artist journey unfolds. And It just really takes being conscious about it. And yeah, I'm just grateful. That's really all I can say, is that I'm grateful. Just super grateful. Released my second book a couple weeks ago, and I still have a few things that I want to do to make it even stronger. And I had the best meditation session this morning. Like, I was kind of getting to a place of like, I was pitching for the whole month of July. I haven't heard one single peep back. And it wasn't starting to discourage me, but I was more so just like, okay, what's the next thing that I need to do to get through to these people? And then I had to really pray about it and meditate about it, because I was like, I need the blueprint. I need you to show me the way. I need you to guide me towards what I need to be doing, who I need to be talking to, and how. I need all of that. And I just had the best session today, because I got really still and I listened. I wrote it down, and it all just like came flooding to me. Normally, when I journal during my meditation, I'll maybe do like 2 pages. I did 6 today because it was just coming, flowing. And I was like, I have to write all of this down so that I know what I need to do. And God was like, it's not that you're not doing enough or that you're doing too much. It's your delegation that's the issue. Like, you can't create content 5 days of the week and then put your pitching on autopilot and hope for the best. Like, you have to have a dedicated day for each of the things that you need to get done and only focus on that thing for that day. And I should know this because I'm the woman who wrote the books about focusing. I'm the woman who wrote the books about butterfly language and using your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit to focus your attention to your goals. Like, that's me. I did that. But sometimes we're terrible at taking our own advice. And it's just like, it's just the truth. Like, I can lead myself to the water, but that don't mean I'm drinking it. And that's crazy. But the climb to the climb, it's not even a climb to anywhere, because it's infinite. Like, there's no ceiling, no sky, no border of how far something can truly go. It only exists if you put a limit on it. Having that realization, I think, is so powerful, because now the issue and the inspiration is you. And so it's like, okay, well, how willing, how high do you want to go? And how much are you willing to not work, not sacrifice, not toil, not suffer, not that stuff? How willing are you to submit in order to see the vision that God placed on your life through? That's what it is. I think we have to suffer in order to get things, and we don't. You don't have to suffer. We put ourselves through a lot of mental turmoil in order to get things, because we think that like burnout is a badge of honor. I wrote a whole book about that too, because we just think that putting ourselves through negative situations or burning ourselves out till we can no longer withstand anything is like the most positive thing for us. And it's like, no, that's not the highest vibration. And like I just said, I had to come to a realization of I'm delegating wrong. And that's why I'm not seeing the results I want. It's not that the work isn't good or that the product isn't good. It's the delegation that's the problem. And until you realize what is needed to fix it and you're willing to rip something apart to shreds in order to rebuild it stronger, I don't think you'll get to the goal unless you're willing to do that. And that's why there's no ow, just ripped my nail off. That's why there's no ceilings, because it literally is all in your mind. Like, it's all made up. It's all made up. It is. It is. It is. It is. But that's a conversation for another day. But it's just amazing. Nevertheless, I'm just grateful, at peace, back to shining my light, back to being Raven, back to the goodness of God overflowing through me, and just continuing to be a vessel for my purpose, like allowing God to fill my cup up and submitting to the vision. And I cannot wait for my next album to come out, because it's exactly about that. It's that spot on. Like I said, I'm real excited for that one, because I've had that artistic vision in my head for so long. Like, I see all of the music videos and the characters and the costumes and the storyline, and like everything, that whole world has been so clear to me since like 2022 almost, is when I think I got the idea for it. And so I'm just stoked to finally bring it forth into the world. And yeah, but this video is about to time out, so I'll see you later.